out of the vehicle, now running for it. There comes another passenger out of the back seat. These kids are struggling, and look at this. He's getting back in the vehicle. Another one back in the vehicle, and finally, CHP in the pursuit now, right by, is that CHP or Sheriff's? Yeah, CHP right behind him here. We're going to forget about that one passenger, but we now know of the driver and at least one other passenger. These were young men that jumped out of that vehicle, and now the pursuit continues through the Santa Clarita Valley. Guys, this is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, extremely dangerous.
Right, considered armed, all three of them, so that's a very dangerous situation there. And just the way he's driving through these,
oh my goodness.
Into oncoming lanes of traffic, going the wrong way now, jumped that median, and he is continuing the wrong way on Valencia Boulevard, approaching Railroad Avenue. Look at this, continuing with LAP. Look at this, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That was close.
A near head-on collision. Very, very close. A very close call there. One of several that we've seen here. And it's just getting more and more aggressive by the second. At least he's going the right way now, but showing no signs of slowing down.
Not at all.
And I think about that guy who jumped out of the vehicle, and then now he jumped back in the vehicle, and how did he change his destiny when it comes to how this thing is going to play out? It's so dangerous the way they're driving right now. If they're insistent on continuing this is not going to end in a good way. It's going to be a tragedy.
Yeah, I think he saw an opportunity to drop his buddies off, and then the one kid saw the cop pulling up behind him, and he figured, let me just get back in the vehicle. That's what it seems like happened there, but they have no chance of getting away after this. I mean, this is absolutely a dangerous pursuit that law enforcement just can't let this go. This has to come to a stop immediately. So you're going to see this entire area flooded with black and whites here within the next few minutes as he continues now through this parking lot and now coming back out the other side, back onto Valencia Boulevard, getting around that traffic. Soledad, and what was that? Bouquet Canyon and Soledad, got it. So he's on Bouquet Canyon now, off of Soledad, continuing westbound away from Magic Mountain.
All right, so he's flying down in Santa Clarita right now. Luckily, though, and I'm not familiar with the traffic patterns in Santa Clarita, but these roads look wide open. The dangerous part of that is he could really open up the speed and get moving on this vehicle that, again, I'll reemphasize, it's going to be really hard to stop if it has to.
Yeah, the further away he gets from the 5, you can see traffic is a lot less. Opens up the road, as you mentioned, but at the same time, there's just enough traffic in the way here to really get somebody hurt, especially if he continues driving like this, blowing through red lights. And if I really hope we don't see him get back into oncoming lanes of traffic. He jumped over that median without any hesitation whatsoever, and you saw just how close he came to another head-on collision. But at least he's back going he's going eastbound on Soledad, and now making a left turn into what appears to be an apartment complex or a condominium, a U-turn through the entrance there. Now he's going in circles. He's really toying with this officer here, just doing a circle around this group of cars, and he's into this apartment complex now, which I think leads him to a dead end. We'll widen out just a second and see if that's the case. You can see LAPD with their airship overhead, California Highway Patrol on the ground down there, now face-to-face with this CHP officer. He's going for a run. They're both jumping out. Driver and passenger jumping out of the vehicle, running through this apartment complex. Unfortunately, only that one officer that we saw here. Not sure if they're familiar with this complex, if they live in this area, no idea. But in any event, they're running through here, private property, waiting for more deputies to arrive on scene. I'm not sure that one CHP cruiser is going to be able to catch up with them here, but they are continuing to race through these condos here in Santa Clarita. We'll see where this takes them.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Giovanna.
Just Chris Christie. This is Giovanna Lotta, and alongside Mark Brown. We're joining you now, and what a wild pursuit. These guys are driving, or have been driving, so dangerously, and now we are looking at them running through this complex, putting the people who live here likely in danger.
That's right. Trying to get the name of this apartment complex one more time. But the good news is that LAPD still has their airship overhead. He's able to call out the location and get those officers, even though this is a mutual aid situation. They're going to get the LA County Sheriff's Department involved here as they scale these fences, jumping through backyards, zigzagging their way through this apartment complex. It's now been several minutes since they've lost that initial pursuing officer. Look at this, hiding in the bushes now, looking for any nook or cranny to hide out, thinking they might be able to get away with this. These are 2 suspects of 3. 1 suspect jumping out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle, earlier in the pursuit, and now these 2 looking for a hiding spot. But they have just way too many eyes on them at this point, guys.
Yeah, you know, if we can see them, we know the sheriffs can see them, and the LAPD can see them, at least from their airship. They're not getting away. Can you give me some a sense of the location here? We know it's Santa Clarita, and it's a volatile situation. Here's the problem. If you live in this area, they've gone through backyards, and they're going to look to see if there's any open or unlocked doors.
Open
if you
doors.
live here, lock your doors immediately. Lock your doors just as soon as you can. There are 2 people armed, possibly armed, thought to have been armed, who are now running around in your neighborhood, going through backyards.
One more time, Jay. Yeah, that's right, Mark. Trying to get across street here. We're just off of Soledad Canyon Road, and again, trying to get an exact location. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, they're moving towards this pool area. It looks like a pretty big apartment complex. They're on the rear side of it now, just looking for a spot to hide out. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you the name of this side street that they're coming up on. Actually, looks like more of a bike path potentially behind the apartment
look,
complex.
there's people there.
Main
There's
pool.
folks there.
Look at this. They're
Civilians.
now approaching the pool with people in the pool, people enjoying their Wednesday afternoon, and these 2 are just running right along the pool deck looking for a hiding spot. We have to remind you, these 2 are believed to be armed. As they run through here, they're believed to be armed Grand Theft Auto suspects that now pose
and now they're
danger
surrendering
to this community, but apparently they see law enforcement within their line of sight here. There's the officers with their guns drawn, approaching the suspects. Thankfully, appears they're finally giving up. 1
LAPD, 1 LA County Sheriff deputy, both approaching these suspects with guns drawn. They immediately drop to the ground. That's the good news. The people in the pool, there was looked like a little girl getting a swimming lesson out there.
Appear that way,
They've all cleared the pool. They're out. Everybody's out of harm's way. The little kid being hustled away. Everybody leaving. So they are out of harm's way. No shots have been fired. Those suspects proned out. Now following the orders of the 2 law enforcement officers from 2 different agencies who have managed to stop them. This is off Soledad Canyon Road, and we're going to try to get the cross street or that bike path that's nearby. There's a wash that runs back behind it.
Yes, Kurt just came in here and he said he's very familiar with Santa Clarita and told us that it's a bike path that runs along the wash there. But what a relief. I've been so tense watching this. It was just so dangerous how fast they were driving on those roads, going against oncoming traffic, jumping onto sidewalks, zigzagging through cars, and at very high speeds. I really believe something bad, that this would end badly, and thankfully these guys surrendered and no one was hurt.
And you saw earlier.
You're right about that, and just to... I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, I was just going to clarify. This is the Villa Metro apartment complex. They're right behind the main clubhouse. It's a huge apartment complex or housing complex here in Santa Clarita, right along Soledad Canyon. But it's called the Villa Metro, is where this all ended up.
All right, that's where that ended. And you saw the earlier video. One of the suspects footbailing earlier, being dropped off from the moving vehicle. There was another point at which this Cadillac Escalade, it appears, veered into oncoming traffic. The driving has been absolutely erratic and extremely dangerous. This vehicle, probably weighing, what, about 5,000 pounds, maybe more, that just was careening through these streets, being pursued by the sheriffs, the Highway Patrol, and LAPD. But all 3, at least 2 suspects in custody. We don't know the disposition of the 3rd, who was dropped off probably about 10 minutes ago in a different location, who nearly could have gotten killed himself, jumping out of that car.
He could have been very hurt, yes, and he fell to the ground.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.